You did some basic mathematics when working with integers and floating point numbers. But in this lesson, you'll learn about all of the basic mathematical operations that are available to you. To begin, open the My Project sample file from your Sample Files folder. And add a new web form to the project named calculator.aspx. You learned about adding pages in Lesson 1.7. Now switch to Design View and add two new text box controls to the page. Set their ID properties to text box first number and text box second number. Now add a label control to the page below the two text boxes and set its ID property to label result and clear its text property. Finally, you're going to add a button control that will add together the contents of the two text box controls and display the result in the label. So add a button control, set its ID property to button calculate, set its text property to calculate, and add a click event handler. Now add the following code to the new button calculate click event handler. Double first number equals convert.toDouble text box first number dot text. Double second number equals convert.toDouble text box second number dot text. Double result equals first number plus second number. Label result dot text equals result dot toString. This code hopefully makes sense to you. The text from each text box is placed into a double variable. Then the two doubles are added together and placed into another double variable called result. And finally, result is converted into a string and displayed in the label result control. You might be wondering why you're using the double type for the numbers in this lesson. You could use the int type, but that would prevent you from using decimal places in your calculations. If you only wanted to work with whole numbers, you would use the int type. You could also use the float and decimal types for speed and accuracy. If this were a currency calculator, the best choice would be the decimal type for enhanced accuracy. This lesson uses double as a compromise between the speed of float and the accuracy of decimal. You learned more about the issues surrounding different numeric types in Lesson 5.5. Now view the page in your browser. Enter some numbers into the text boxes and click Calculate. The result of adding the two numbers together appears in the label control. You might have noticed that you can easily crash this web application in two ways. One is by leaving both text box controls empty and clicking Calculate, and the other is entering text into the text boxes instead of numbers. In Lesson 7.6, you'll learn how to elegantly handle any errors that occur so that it is impossible for the user to crash your web pages. Close your web browser now, and you're going to change the calculation to multiply the two numbers. This is very straightforward. Change double result equals first number plus second number to double result equals first number multiplied by second number. Now view the page in your browser again. Enter some numbers into the text boxes and click Calculate. This time the numbers are multiplied. In the same way, you can subtract using the minus operator and divide using the / operator. Modulo is rarely seen outside of programming. You can perform a modulo operation using the % symbol, in the same way as you'd use other mathematical operators, such as plus or minus. Modulo divides two numbers and returns the remainder after dividing. For example, 112 modulo 100 would return 12. You can also use brackets to eliminate ambiguity in mathematical operations. For example, int x equals begin brackets 1 plus 2 end brackets multiplied by 2 would make x equal 6, while int x equals 1 plus begin brackets 2 multiplied by 2 end brackets would make x equal 5. Finally, it's useful to know that there are a few shortcuts to perform the most basic mathematical operations. Assuming that you have created an int variable called number, number plus plus would add 1 to number, number minus minus would subtract 1 from number, number plus equals 123 would add 123 to number, number minus equals 123 would subtract 123 from number, number multiplied equals 123 would multiply number by 123, and number divide equals 123 would divide number by 123. Close your web browser now, and close Visual Studio. You've now completed Lesson 5.10. Perform basic mathematical operations.